Here we are with another video to keep my brothers and sisters in remembrance of a couple things. In addition to me just giving you, what I know, what I feel, what comes to me. And I try to be as candid as I can and practically straight to the point. Although I may find myself trying to, find the right words to use so constructively to bring about a wonderful play. A wonderful play. You know what I'm saying? Uh, it's a beautiful day as it's coming to an end. As we can see, the sun is going down. We about to meet Eve. You know what I'm saying? And Eve gonna do her thing throughout the night, huh? Women are very intuitive. They got the power of the moon. Guys, we typically got the power of the sun within the day to do what we do, so our ladies can take care of us in the nighttime, right? That's how it works. That's going into some other cosmic things, but maybe I'll save that for another time. But you can go ahead and conceptualize that however you like, because some people may laugh, but it surely makes sense. Trust me. Trust me, if you think about it. I'll just give you a little piece just to kind of wrap that up. Men, we get power throughout the day. We resonate with the sun just as women do. But check this. The reason why I put it that way because we are to protect and provide, right? We go out, we forage for food, right? Taking it back to the ancient of days, and we can go ahead and make it contemporary as well as we go out there and we work. Hit the grocery store because she's gonna give you a call because she's at home nourishing them kids, nurturing them kids. And she say, most of the time, my fellas out there who's married and got their wives and they're building up with their families. They know they get that call from the wife. You know what I mean? Hey, honey, before you stop in, can you please get some bread or this kind of vegetables, yada, yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? In preparation of a meal for next day, XYZ. So after all the work we do, we go ahead and we do that. And by that time, being, the woman having her duties throughout the day while we're out doing what we do, she knows, okay, she's preparing herself for your arrival. Kids may be asleep, or of course, well taken care of. Homework is already wrapped up. House is clean, so you can get that nice, fresh scent as you walk through the door to be relieved and relieved from what you've been through throughout that day. Meal cooked, bath water may be ready, and then we all know what's up, how it ought to be. And then, of course, this is rated R because this is really for adults. Is that at the end of the night now, we elope and enter the course, right, men? We enter the course. And then what? We become healed. Which is why, having a relationship with our woman is very important and it's key. It should not be perverted and compromised. But so much of that is already taking place in which we have our work to do to get it out, to exorcise. All right, to be real, for all my brothers out there who like to talk about black talk and black this and black that, RBG, respectfully saying we got our work to do, including myself. But I'm putting it out there because I come as a messenger. I said it before. I don't come for clout's sake. But I think that's what we have a lot of preconceived notions, and due to what's been taking place in the ghetto hood, how a lot of our brothers and sisters are not even well developed, self-developed. So the minute they see something, it's already associated with what has been taking place for years. This is why we got jealousy and envy so prevalent in our neighborhood, still to this damn day, and this is shame. Because you got people who lost their lives and who gave their lives for the betterment. Because death in itself should come as a message, a reality check. Yo, let's get some things in order. sometimes I question what kind of power, like what hidden hand is really in the affairs of what we have to do and to grow as Africans Americans primarily, since to whom much is given, much is required with all this melanin talk and da 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 that we have, right? We talk about. However, so that's how it goes. And I look at that, I already went past 5 minutes. Anyway, uh, it was a beautiful slice, right? All right. Now I can go into more of that, but nah. I really want to come here to say something that I've shared with a brother earlier today at a deli spot. He was with his woman, um, and I think I touched on this in the past. If not on camera, as to where I have put it on my YouTube, on my Instagram, I'm sure that I have, uh, disseminated what I'm about to say within a particular cipher with some other people. I'm sure, because let's get into it now. Genetics and genetic traits, coding. Everything is happening all at the same time, right? All right. I would encourage my brothers and sisters to go ahead and look up the word genetics. We should learn genetics and really give it up onto our kids, our children, and have them study that more profoundly and in depthly to where they're going to become the real scholars and masters of it. Hence, our European unions, uh, our European Union family, respectfully. I find that Asians are highly intelligent in the scientific and mathematical fields. I am not taken away from my Nigerian brothers who are exceptionally intelligent in the mathematical field in the UK. Yeah, go ahead and look it up yourself. The Nigerians, and then they share space with the Ghanaians. But it's known that the Nigerians of the Igbo people in Yoruba in UK is really, they got it on lock. They got it on lock. And big shout outs to them for that. But as here in the North America, the USA, brothers and sisters, we have our work to do. And I think that with all the sacrifices and risks that was taken for lesser things, I think we should double up and really, really give it up to our, put it forth the next generation. You know, we've been fools for lesser things and then, done things. I mean, it is what it is, right? We got to do better. We got to do better. We have to do better. It's a must. It's a need. It's imperative. Okay. And we're gonna still continue to have our challenges. We're still gonna have our battles. But I know that when you come together and you strategize a plan and you have a contingency plan for what's to come and being prudent, oh yeah, oh yeah, your family should be okay for the most part. Um, so yeah, genetics is very important. And I shared with the brother the idea of genetic disposition. And when we talk about genetic disposition, who are we referring to? Those who are descendants of the primary African race, but are of lighter complexion, especially those of the Asians and the I guess Anglo Saxons. You know what I mean? All part of the European family. With their genetic disposition, they still manage to learn so much beyond just elementary scholastics. They continue to exceed in many fields, and that is to be commended. However, the applicability of such knowledge for the betterment of your people, your nation, that shows a lot. It stands for much. It ought to be respected. It does. Everything is chalked up. You know what I mean? But who's out there doing the? Where are the Tahooties out there, huh? Where the Tahooties at? That's taking things down. Who's taking note, keeping record, right? To which all things are accounted for. Without taking record, you won't have no libraries and museums. And now we're also calling out curators. Moving forward, I said, I asked the question. I also put this in the form of a quote. I said, how can the recessive gene tell the dominant gene what to do? How can the recessive gene dominate the dominant gene? What are some things that we should factor in? There's strength in numbers. Also, the recessive gene cannot tell the dominant gene what to do. It has to persuade it, coerce it, perhaps force or bully it. Hence, strength in numbers. A lot of what we're dealing with, to me, is science. It's scientific. I don't deal with religion and spookisms and Jesus and all of this. With all due respect, I don't do that. I come upon a different angle. Some people may say or may even cite upon getting this message here, may say that he's a this and he's a that. He's a demagogue. He's a what's that word? Lotus. He's a Lotusian. X, Y, and Z, giving me names and yada yada yada. Well, fine. If that's what it is, if that's what you want to call it, that's what you want to call it. I'll come as a messenger, and I am a universal soul being. Yep, that's what I am. I give respect to all people. I respect all religions, as long as you practicing your religion in righteousness, you're fine. You should be good and not just being validated by me. No, I just want to make that clear while I'm here. So, moving forward, I came up with this. Not even I came up with it. It came to me that I feel one of the reasons why we have our Caucasian brothers and sisters or European family, there's times where we said or may have heard from teachers and orators of our family, African people, the Minister Farrakhan's and the Malcolm X's say that every time we get together and we do something, they want in. They want to chime in. They want to hear what we're doing. They want to be included. And I said, okay, let me think science. Let me think scientifically. Given the benefit of the doubt that when that dominant gene, talking about us, representative of the African man, okay, first of all, the dominant gene has been coerced, right? There is some forms of degradation, self-evident. Take a look at the mannerisms of people, including self here, where this is why we all have so much to aspire to. But in doing so and moving forward to bring about a real utopian world, we have to be humble and practice humility immeasurably. We have to get, there were talks about new world orders. Well, we need a serious new world order which can be lineated throughout all ethnic groups for the sake of whom? Of all humanity. Embracing and yielding to that of the dominant. And if you can't do so, where power and dominion is going to be exercised, well, then all of this madness is going to continue to go on because I said before, as long as these games continue to be played, and particularly those of the dominant African family, the whole African diasporic family continue to be degenerated, degraded, diseased, well then this, trust me, we're not gonna have much of a happy planet. We're not gonna have much of a happy place. You know what I'm saying? We're not. We're not. As within, so without, as above, so below. Moving forward. So one of the reasons why I feel like the European family does want in, and they find themselves to be appealing onto an African man or African woman that becomes prominent, healed, intelligent, because when the body talks, when the Bible talks about thine, uh, you know, body becoming full of light, what is light? Light is knowledge and wisdom. That's what light represents. That's one of the representations of what light is. When you're ignorant, you're in darkness. So the more smarter we become, the more of light we become. Shine thy light. Arise, shine. Right? So, and of course, we're going to be doing things in measure according to that of what we know. And, we have other exponents like ambition, determination, which is like a driving force to do what you do, right? Whatever art, whatever, uh, gifts that you have. But yeah, when that African woman or that predominant African gene and DNA makeup within each human being awakens and become more illuminated, it attracts people. I heard from the great, one of the great teachers to whom we have lost, rest his soul, Dr. Laila Africa, says that the male is electric and the woman is magnetic. Hence, electromagnetic fields. Can't have one without the other. An inseparable nature. Making perfect sense to me. So when this man and woman of predominantly African genetic makeup and DNA, they become of light, they become magnetic at the same time. So energy is dispersed and everything else that's encapsulated with the whole idea of energy and what it is. And so now those of the recessive genes, they saying, I could remember, conceptualize this with me. That in the body is like, okay, well, whoa, you got something good going on there. I need some of that. So I can come alive too. And this is where the Bible talks about how the Gentiles can be saved. A lot of us talk about the blood of Jesus. I talk about the blood of those who become holy, clean, detoxed. However, we're going to be forever facing, especially here in America, in New York and major cities. And this is why I said that we need to go home. Is we're going to keep facing environmental factors that's going to keep us from reaching a great optimal level of health organically to that which will reach a zenith. Take it or leave it. Where I'm at, 9 minutes? Good. I'm sorry, 19 minutes. Ah, shoot. I ain't want to go past. Alright, fine. So, you know, that's how I look at it. In one aspect, we have to remember that perversions and wickedness has been played with, and it's been here for such a long time that we got all this duplicity going on out here. We got uh, egotistical behavior and all this nonsense that keeps us away from our divinity. Hence the reason why we haven't seen amongst the African people primarily another immaculate conception to change not only our household but our tribal family to really please the creator, our community in which we live in, our neighborhood in which we live in, whether it's an apartment building, a project building, or what. We haven't seen it. How close did we become to even having that? Spread the word. Let this reach every state, every city where we are redlined. Black people, this is serious right here, to which people can add on and forward. So, with the perversions and wickedness, this is where we have, and I said egotistical behavior because I've seen it and bear witness to myself where, white people have a way of being high minded. See, they were bred into wealth, they were bred into certain, families of wealth, and they have a particular way of life. Fine. When corrections have to be made, it will be done. Not with or not by some kind of, you know, uh, malice intent, but it has to be what it has to be. And being an adult is not wanting to knuckle up. We have to use this, which is also why I said being humble and practicing humility will bring things together. Diplomacy, brotherhood, sisterhood. We already have these things established, but it's like, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know the hidden hand that's really at play. I kind of know to a degree, but it's like, God damn, it's so heavy in the hood. Like, we haven't made any big changes yet. And I could try to break bread and talk like this with people, but they could barely comprehend it. That breaks my heart. As if we can't see the severity of the need for reformation. Well, Ray Corner Letitia is gonna keep doing their thing and bang bang, have a nice dream. Anyway, so yeah, getting back to the fact of the matter, that's how I look at it. And you know, those kind of mannerisms that I just spoke upon or whatnot is also embodied in other people of all colors, in fact. But I wanted to stress, not even stress, but to really point out, the black and white issue or the complex in which we still have today. Not dealing with racism, because I don't deal with that there. Although I can use it, the term or whatnot to kind of make sense, to conceptualize or contextualize it. However, I see it like that. And so when we got brothers like, and I understand, I love my brother Dr. Umar Ifatunde when he be like, yo, Pan Africanism, man, and this and that. And I get it. I get it because we can't negate that because it is a lot of rebuilding to do. However, I would have to say this: we have to come to the terms of taking accountability on behalf of our forefathers and ancestors because we are still living descendants of them here right now. We have to take accountability for what has happened, and we got to be the ones to make change. Becoming serious men and women of integrity. We have to make change. Hold ourselves hold what is true, and first of all, accepting the truth, which is a tough pill to swallow. Because if all things came from us, brothers and sisters, then we are indeed, without doubt, held responsible in measure and to a degree. depending on circumstances. Because you got some brothers and sisters who are doing well, productive citizens onto society, and they know how to set, you know, they exercise their power and dominion, they set order, they have their boundaries, standards, and morals. Clap on to them. Those should be the ones that we should be ready to stand upon their show. We should be able to stand upon their shoulders within their their old age to say, hey, be at their feet to stand on their shoulders to say, hey, yeah, humbleness and humility. Trust me when I tell y'all. We're gonna carry on this torch. Light each other's candles, keep it kindled and ablaze. But it's tough to. It's easier to say, but hard to do because of what we're facing. I wish I could just make a prayer and all the jealousy and envy could be out of the hearts, evoked out of the hearts of my brothers and sisters primarily, and of course that of everybody else. Black family does need to get back together and unify in righteousness. In righteousness. So like I said, I get what the brother's saying, what the brother Dr. Umar Ifatunde is saying. We're getting back to the black family, and yes, however, I would have to say respectfully is that, as I said, all things came from us, so all things shall we turn on to. Then, as I also made a video touching on the fact that our European brothers can have, or not only can have, but do have women of all nations and whatnot. Well, brothers, so can we. And respectfully bear children that can be even more advanced at many things because of what we embody, because of what we have inherited, being African men and women. Do you follow me? We just need to have law and order. Follow suit. There's things that we can change, but it's like, I find a lot of my brothers and sisters caught up with the love of money or being stagnated by some kind of bond that was made during some kind of oath taking or induction or whatever. And it's like, well, damn. Okay, well, I get it. But what is it really producing at the end of the day? Because the ends thereof always justify the means thereof. Here we are in an advanced uh, technological era, in contemporary era, here in 2024. But this is what we have. And I ain't just talking about that of the hood, the ghetto hood. Um, I would like to be shown places of opulence and affluency to where I see my people really doing things and being real movers and shakers. I would like to see that. To see it is to believe it, right? Give us more to give us more to be inspired and to inspire too. Ain't that right, brothers and sisters? I would like to see it because show enough, God spare life, keep on giving me breath, and I continue to excel and do well. Oh, I'm gonna have it go down. I want my brothers and sisters to see who I am, what I am, and what's going on, so you can go ahead and work on excelling. You follow? It shouldn't it shouldn't be something that's tabooish or hidden or clandestine. Or no, come on, man. However, I know that there is law and order, but I just question things like, yo, it just don't make no sense. And this is not about black and white. I don't go there. Like, I'm gonna stick on who I am and who we are. Like, how can we have all of this going on and we still don't have like I said, remember, I've been talking about, for those who've been following me, we don't even have a centralized African market where we have African produce by the bundles to feed our DNA. In the beginning of time, God put people in areas right? And a beautiful, beautiful curations of his people, you know, heirloom seeds of fruits and vegetables and herbs. I gotta take a trip back to the motherland for real. But that's how I like, you know what I'm saying? But yes, science is where I like to keep it. I like to keep it scientific. To me, it makes perfect sense. I think I should put it in the form of like some kind of anime where I can draw a gene and representing the ethnic groups, ethnicity, and of course with ethnicity you have tribes, tribal descendancy, and put it all together like that. Like, okay, here are the dominant genes within the human being a predominantly African, and then you have the recessive gene looking at the dominant gene becoming more of light and power, and it's like, okay, well, that's an attraction there. I see the energy. Normally, when we see something out here that's good looking, that's of whether it's a a wonderful field, a botanical garden, a woman, brothers, who's looking good, we attracted. It's like, whoa, you see the energy. You're like, whoa, you loving it, and you may want to take part. So the recessive genes is looking into the dominant, like, whoa. But then now you got, it could be reverence there. Oh, dominant gene, like, oh my God, I revere the dominant gene. And then you got the recessive genes. Some of the recessive genes being like, oh, how the hell did they get that? Fear, jealousy and envy. Emotional aspects that affects the mind, body, and soul from feet to head. In addition to fear, which is another strong emotion. And hate is another strong emotion. Jealousy, envy, fear. Is which I've said many times. Really not on camera, but out in the public. But I said it before that jealousy, envy, and fear is the emotional elements that continue to perpetuate degradation, I would have to say. The degradation, the degeneration, keeping us and hindering us from reaching our true divine state as a collective family entirely. You know what I'm saying? So you get me there. So yeah. So we have our work to do, and it's not to say that we should just easily accept, you know, people. Like in forms of having relations and bearing children. Because with all due respect, I just saw on the Instagram before I got to this video, uh, the brother Jamie Foxx, his beautiful daughter, Corinne, I'm sorry, Corinne Fox, uh, is engaged to a guy. Excuse me as I get that out of the way, but I'm claiming up here. Excuse me. But she's engaged to a European brother, and it hit me. I was like, "What?" But that's been happening for so long now. But I'm like, yo, the brother Jamie, that's a stand-up brother. As like most who went into the Hollywood world or became inducted into the Hollywood world, and they continue to uh, give their heart, souls, forth with their talents to make us smile, to make us laugh, to make us, you know what I'm saying? Come together, commune, X, Y, and Z, yada yada yada. But I said, yo, Jamie's a stand-up brother. That's, he's valid. Especially, he's valid everywhere, from the hood to the Hollywood world. And I'm looking at his daughter like, damn, she's gorgeous. Dr. Umar Fortune popped in my head because I get it. Not to say that she can't be with the European brother, because he looked like a cool dude if you really know how to read the countenance, without letting your heart be tainted and hardened to the collective. But in all reality, we have a lot of building to do within the black nation. Undoubtedly. And there are different dynamics when it comes to man and woman. Black men, we can have whatever woman we choose. When it comes to our women, typically our women ought to be with that of her paternal line or sister tribe or brother tribe of that paternal line. That's how it was in the ancient of days, and it's still being practiced in some families today. Trust me. Trust me. And being that the topic, more than anything, upon this video today is genetics, well, being that we are the dominant, which means we have much to give, which means there's a great inheritance, which is not just of money, spiritual resonance, X, Y, and Z, that we have to be building. Stop playing around out here. And I just gotta say to wrap that up right there is that I was like, damn, she should have got, not she should have got, but I was like, wow. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, I'm doing the math in my head as I'm watching the picture. I'm like, something in me is just like, I just don't see where, it is a fit in my eyes. And I'm like, yo, she should have been or could have been with the brother. In addition to many other sisters we got there in the world, and it's really nothing to smile at. Because let me tell you something, I saw another video with the sister Lupita, the Youngo, with some brothers in New York, at the top of the, I think they was on top of the Empire State, getting a good view of the city. You know what I'm saying? Homeboy holding her hand and hugging and all of this, all this physical contact. I'm gonna tell you something, yo, y'all European dudes really got a whole lot going on, huh? Y'all love it when our sisters is among y'all and y'all doing a whole lot of touching. Huh? Even the damn bodyguards who be holding on to the hips of the Tyler and Ira Star and the Thames and whatnot or whoever. And the models, actresses. They loving these feels that they be getting on the stick tip. I see them. That's because they see the God in our woman. Brother, we got work to motherfucker. Do. Let's keep it real. And this ain't no hate upon them. It's just reality. Because they got the, they got the modeling industry, textile industry, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada. Hey, come on, man. I'm looking at the video with the brother holding on to Lupita. I'm like, God damn, man. I see other videos. I'm like, yo, these dudes, even in movies. Oh, they land these roles, kissing up on the sisters and there. I'm like, yo, it is what it is, huh? That's what it is. The Hollywood world is a lot of touching, smooching, this, that, and the third, and all this other shit going on behind closed doors in the mother closet. I see why God ain't give me no kids. Boy, you hear me? May be looking okay because we've been dealing with it for so long, but yo, hold on, playboy. Some things gonna change and gotta change. I'm real lucky, man. Really, real talk. Real talk. Very fortunate. I don't give a damn how much money they got. Ain't no money come out to the kind of touches and feels and whatnot that they already scored and landed. How about that? Come on, stop playing. It's about money. Where do money come from? To the land, right? Who was the land given on to in the beginning of time? I think it's time we claim eminent domain. Hint, hint. Huh? It's gonna come a time we ain't asking no more. We straight take it. Not about bloodshed either. Just straight word. Word is given. Move on it. This ain't no game. This ain't no joke. And it's not about doing on to them what they did to us, brothers and sisters. No. But I know a lot of us need to work on getting tapped in to the universal God force and our ancestors and forefathers. You can't have one without the other. 40 minutes in. This is where I'm gonna bring it to a wrap. This is it, y'all. So yeah, upon what I said in this video, goes to show that we have work to do, including self-care. And I think and feel that it's like the more we continue to stay with the ways of the world and to be complacent or complicit and docile, we're going to see, the numbers don't lie at all. Many things are self-evident. The more spiritual we come, you can read the countenance of people. It's all collective. We will see what's really going down. At what cost? At what price? Will be viable, and in fact are viable questions. To where we have to really start to say, hey, whoa, well, what's the real value of life here? I thought it said in the book that which you do unto the least of mine, yada yada yada. Well, that just goes to show that yeah, they will always have the haves and the have-nots, but that don't mean that those that have not should be treated and oppressed in such a disgusting way. By hook or by crook, you choose. Peace, love, and light, y'all. Thanks for stopping in. Spread the word. Peace. Ashe.